The Lexus GS350 has been the brand's midsize luxury sedan since its introduction in 1993. When it first debuted, it proved that Lexus could go head-to-head with Germany's midsizers and offered more bang for the buck while also having stellar reliability. Though the fourth iteration has been out for quite some time, let's go ahead and take a comprehensive look at this 2018 Lexus GS350. First off, the GS has been out in its fourth generation since the 2013 model year. Lexus updated the vehicle in 2016, giving enhancements to features and styling of the vehicle to keep it more contemporary. Styling of the vehicle is modern and striking, however may be polarizing for some. And you'll find not much has changed for 2018 except that Lexus Informed Service Connect is now complimentary for 10 years. This exterior color of the GS is known as the Matador Red Mica, and you also do have smart key access on all four doors of the vehicle. And you also do have a black perforated leather interior with white contrast stitching on the side bolsters, as well as your power adjustable driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. Alright, now stepping on inside of the GS here, as you can see, it's a fairly modern and contemporary looking design, but nothing state-of-the-art when it comes to the midsize luxury sedan class. Since this vehicle has been on the market for about 5 years now in this current generation, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class as well as the new BMW 5 Series do offer more opulent interiors. Now you do have push-button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And you'll find a 3.5 liter V6, that's what you're hearing there. You have a 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, 8-speed automatic transmission with manual shiftability. You could do it via the shift gate here or the paddle shifters. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will tilt down the mirrors and it will display your rear view monitor with guidance signs and trajectory. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the headlights as well as the hazards. Let's go and check out the exterior of the GS. All windows are fully automatic in the vehicle. Pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot detection. And you'll also find 19-inch alloy wheels. Coming up front here on the GS, you'll find LED headlights for the low and the high beams, as well as LED daytime running lights and front parking sensors. Powering the GS350 here is a very traditional naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 engine that pumps out 311 horses at 6,400 RPM and 280 pound-feet of torque at 480 RPM. You also find that if you don't want to go for total vehicle price for our particular GS, you're looking at $53,400. EPA estimates, like I said, 20 in the city and 28 on the highway. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is also in Japan. Coming to the rear of the vehicle, you'll find LED taillights with LED turn signal indicators, and then also rear window defroster with LED third brake light and dual exhaust tips. What's also a pretty interesting and intriguing detail is that these fins on the taillight assemblies are actually supposed to aid with the aerodynamics of the vehicle. Of course, all of your basic power necessities, including your power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, which also power fold, and you do have your memory seat settings for 3 people. Interior quality of the GS350 is pretty good. You'll find that everything is well crafted inside of here and is impeccably built, and plenty of soft touch points do abound inside of here. And you'll also find the steering wheel design to be a 3-spoke design here, pretty good looking. And then also with your controls, you have your audio controls, Bluetooth phone controls, as well as your voice recognition. And on the right side, you have your D-pad controller that controls the driver information center, and then also some of your controls for the safety technologies, such as the pre-collision system, as well as your lane departure warning. And you also do have adaptive cruise control as well. And it does power tilt and telescope with a pretty good range of adjustment here. And on this side panel right here, you'll also find your button for your heated steering wheel, and then also your automatic high beams and your traction control off. And then we also do have a little coin box that's lined with felt. Visibility on the GS is also excellent. Lots of glass area all around too. No sloping roof line in the rear, so that does help out on rearward visibility quite a bit. But there is a pretty high rear window base back there that might hinder on rearward visibility just a bit. And the A-pillars are fairly narrow up here too. You also have an automatic dimming rearview mirror with garage home link, SOS safety connect, and LED map lighting, as well as your sunroof with your sunroof controls. You also have your automatic heated seats with your ventilated front seats, 3-staged, and dual cup holders located right here. And then your main controls for the Lexus Inform system, which I'll get to in just a minute. And we have 3 different driver selective modes. Your Eco, which of course is the most fuel efficient setting, and then you have your normal as well as your Sports, which tightens up the steering and it changes the throttle response. I'll also show you up on the head unit as well as the driver information center what mode you're in. And then located just down below is the snow mode. And we do have your center console. You'll also find dual USB charging ports and an auxiliary input, as well as a 12-volt power outlet, as well as a removable tray. It's also lined with felt. And your parking sensors button, as well as your power rear sunshade. The seats in the GS are also really comfortable and great for long road trips with enough side bolstering for the daily commutes. And the thigh support is also excellent too. And we do have your glove box, of course. Coming to the climate controls, you'll find dual zone automatic climate control with your adjustable temperatures and your fan speed levels. And you have your front window defroster and your rear window defroster as well. Let's get to the infotainment system and the main head unit here. This is the Lexus Inform system. Like I said, it's controlled by the mouse-like controller as well as the buttons. And then coming to the main menu here, you have your audio sources, which do include AM, FM, XM satellite radio with HD radio. And then your external media devices do include your CD player with your optical disc drive, USB port with iPod integration, and your auxiliary input. What's also very convenient is this little back button when switching in between the different menus here. We do have your phone, which you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts stored on here, view your recent calls too. And then your Lexus app suite, which you can access various apps such as movie tickets or OpenTable, anything like that. And then info, which gives you a little bar graph for the fuel consumption data, as well as your fuel range and average speed, traffic incidents in your nearby local area, and your weather, as well as your vehicle alert history. And then climate, which you can also control from here if you don't want to do it by the physical buttons located right there, as well as your setup with your Bluetooth, audio, traffic, general, voice. And then you also do have display, which you can adjust the contrast as well as the brightness. But overall, you will find that this Lexus Inform system is pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it. However, it can be distracting occasionally, especially when you're driving on the roads. And then we also do have your map, which shows you your live traffic. Of course, you can zoom in and out and you could change the different views. And for the destination, you can enter in it by address, of course, points of interest, or you can call a live person through Destination Assist. You have your previous destinations, as well as your address book, emergency, intersection and freeway, map, or your GPS coordinates. Overall, love the Lexus M-Form system. Like I said, easy to use once you get the hang of it, but can be distracting at times. Of course, when driving the GS here, the best part about driving this vehicle is its very refined nature, and the GS has been known for having pretty refined driving characteristics, and this vehicle, this latest generation, is no exception here. The 3.5 liter V6 engine is potent and provides robust power, and also gets this vehicle up and moving pretty quickly. The 8-speed automatic transmission is also incredibly refined and never really hesitates to shift that much. And you will also find that the handling is also pretty good, on par with most of its competitors, but not the best in the class. But you will find that it does handle corners pretty well for the most part. All right, and let's go ahead and shut down the GS. Let's go and check out the rest of the vehicle. Plenty of soft touch materials in the rear of the vehicle, and you will also find adjustable headrests for all 3 seats. Plenty of rear seat legroom and headroom too, and you'll also find dual map pockets, a 12 volt or 120 watt power outlet, and a rear center armrest with the storage compartment and cup holders. The seats themselves are pretty plush too. However, this rear tunnel does hinder on the rear seat legroom just a bit, especially if you have 3 full-sized adults back here. All right. There's also an ample amount of trunk space back here, and you'll also find your spare tire as well as your Lexus first aid kit. And then we have your power trunk lid with your emergency trunk release. So with the stellar reliability and residual values, a striking exterior